Hello everyone, my name is Mohamed. I am a Java developer and author of JISEL library. This short video is a quick overview of the latest release of JISEL, version 1.2. The main additions to this release are the new annotations, unseal, detach, and detach all. Let's go to the code to show you how each one of them works. Here we have this large interface named sociable, which we would like to segregate. As we saw with the previous versions of JISEL, the top level and the SEAL4 annotations are needed to perform the interface segregation. Now, the three new annotations added in this release work a bit differently. Instead of using them on top of the abstract methods like top level and SEAL4, they must be placed on top of the large interface being segregated. When we apply the unseal annotation and run the code compilation, the typical seed hierarchy is still generated, as we saw with the previous versions of JISEL. And in addition to that, we also have a new sub-package named unsealed here, which contains almost the same hierarchy as we saw it in the main package, except that none of the generated interfaces is sealed. So we have the generated sociable top level interface here, which permits nothing because it's a classic interface and not a sealed one. And then we have the lower level interfaces, which are also classic interfaces, but these ones extend their respective parent interfaces. So student here, for example, extend sociable, and it has its corresponding abstract methods, while worker extend sociable as well, and we have active worker extending worker. Now let's check the detach annotation. As you can see here, detach is also used on top of the large interface and can even be repeated. Now, what it does is, instead of unsealing the entire hierarchy, it will only unseal the specified profile and perform some additional stuff. Here, for example, we are asking JISEL to detach the student profile. And then with the use of the rename attribute, we are renaming the generated unsealed interface into deprecated student. So if you look inside the generated sources folder, you will see a new sub-package created named Detached. And inside this one, you will find the interface named deprecated student. Now, the deprecated student is actually the student profile, which has been unsealed and detached. We say it's unsealed because it no longer is a sealed interface, and it's detached because it no longer belongs to any interface hierarchy, which means it no longer extends any other interface. Also, because the detached interfaces no longer extend any parents, their abstract methods include not only the methods which were tagged with the SEAL4 annotation for the specified profile, but also all abstract methods from parent interfaces from the sealed or unsealed hierarchy. A lot more flexibility is offered with the detach annotation. Here, the generated student interface is deprecated because we actually specified such annotation through the use of the apply annotations attribute. You can also specify super interfaces, as you see here, along with generics and so on. And to finish, we have the detach all annotation, which doesn't take any attributes at all, is not repeatable like the detach annotation, and is actually similar to the unseal annotation because it unseals and then detaches all of the profiles. You can see in the generated source folder that the detach.all subpackage is created and contains unsealed interfaces, each one representing each profile, also not extending any other interface, and containing all corresponding abstract method. And of course, all of those generated sources are accessible from your code as they are part of your project. So that's it regarding the new annotations introduced in this release: unseal, detach, and detach all. Now, I guess some of you might be thinking this all looks nice, but one question still being asked is, how very useful is all of this in a real world scenario? To answer that, I prepared another small project along with a presentation showing how we can integrate JISEL with Spring Framework and Spring Boot. More precisely, this small project shows you how to perform the segregation of a Spring Data JPA repository interface. So check the presentation and the GitHub repository in case you are interested. And that's it. Thanks for watching.